welcome to the channel. My name is Alicia. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make your own stickers. So I know that they are super expensive. So we're going to be using some tools today. We're going to be using ChatGPT, but you can use any type of AI tool that you would like. And then also we're going to be using Copilot. Copilot is free with your Microsoft package if you have one. You can also use ChatGPT, Claude, and if you have the upgraded package, you can do as much as you want, but I have the free package, and so ChatGPT is only does a certain amount of work before it tells you that you have to wait a couple hours to do more. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get a prompt. The first thing I want to do, I already have my prompt created. So I need to get a prompt for Copilot. So in here, I'm going to be printing out some pictures of birds. So I want to get some pictures of birds doing different things. I wanted an 8.5 by 11 printable sheet. I'm also going to be using my Cricut today, but you don't have to. You can print them and then cut them if you want. So here I want some birds, actually 2 to 3 inches, and then some smaller images to fill up the space that's on the page. We're going to do a print then cut on Cricut. It tells you some of the different things that we want to put on there. I'd like to have some hummingbirds and some other birds and then some other images. So I'm asking it to create a prompt for Copilot. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. And it's going to give me a whole slew of lists of things that I can do in Copilot. So you don't need all of these things. So what I normally do is I just do a copy. I'm going to minimize that. I'm going to get Copilot. So in here, I am going to paste in what it told me to do. And once you do that, you need to kind of fix it a little bit. So what I'm going to do is just take out some of the wording here. So we're going to start out with create an 8.5 by 11 inch high resolution sticker sheet with a transparent or pure white background. So here's where you need to fill in some of these areas. So I don't think that we need to say that it is a letter. We'll just put 8.5 by 11. And then here we're going to just do, I'm just going to do a white background. I can do an adjustment in Cricut for the background, so I'm just going to keep it white. Design 10 main bird illustrations that are approximately 2 to 3 inches each, leaving a thin white offset border around every image for sticker cutting. So it's not going to do all of these things. It tells you about 20 to 0.25 inches between stickers. Each image should have clean, okay, print then cut, resolution, no watermark, realistic water illustration. Okay, so I think we're good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and start to create this. Now, it's going to, sometimes it'll ask you questions, sometimes it won't. This time it's not, which is great. So sometimes you'll need to answer a couple questions, but the prompts from ChatGPT or whatever you're using are usually pretty thorough. So I usually download these, but look how pretty that is. So I'm just going to make it bigger. I mean, look at how beautiful that is. Now, a lot of these birds have the same types of flowering around them. So if you wanted to change this flowering, you could do so. But for the purposes of today, which I really like this sheet, I might change these flowers later. But for the purpose of the sheet, we will go ahead and print it out. And once I print it out, and I'm going to print it out on regular sticker paper, so I'll put the links to the white sticker paper and then the clear sticker paper from Amazon, but you can get it anywhere, whatever, brand that you like. This was just an off brand that I had purchased. So I'm going to go ahead and print this out, and then once I do that, I'll show you guys the Cricut method, and then we'll see the end result. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've opened Cricut. So once I get in here, I am going to be doing stickers and labels. and then I'm going to click on custom stickers. We're going to start to design, and then our page will come up. So the next thing we'll do is we're going to upload our design. So once you come in here, you're going to click on upload image. You're going to grab your image. So I did go ahead and make a few changes on some of the colors of the flowers and things just by giving an additional prompt in Copilot. So once we're in here, everything looks good. We're going to do continue. This is going to bring up your background remover. It's already on select, so what you want to do is you want to get rid of all this white. So you just want to click anywhere in the white. Don't click on any of your pictures or images, just on the white. That gets rid of the background. If you needed to erase something else, you can click on erase and it'll come up as a little round circle, and then you can delete other things if you would like. This is all we're going to do, so we'll click on apply and continue. Once you get to here, you're going to do a flat graphic. This is made for Print Then Cut projects, which is what we're going to be doing. Then you're going to click on continue. This is where you can rename your image, your project, put in any tags or keywords, add it to a collection. I'm not going to do any of that, so I will just go to upload. At this point, it will upload your image, and so this might take, a few seconds here until it uploads it, and then we'll be able to make a few more changes. Okay, so your image is uploaded, and if you notice over here, it does give you some other images that are similar to the ones that you have. So if you had room to add more, you could do that as well. We are going to just put our cursor here on the sticker, and we're going to do a right click to edit sticker. Now there's a couple options here. You have a kiss cut and a die cut. A die cut is going to cut the entire thing out so that it becomes its own separate sticker. A kiss cut is where you still have the sheet, but you're just going to peel that sticker off of the sheet. That's what we're going to do here. Now, as you can see, this just has a border. We want to cut out all this stuff that's in the middle. So we're going to do a cut interior shapes, and that's going to think for a minute, and then once it comes back, we're going to take the border off, and that should allow us to do all of the interior images. So you can see here, I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger. It's got all of the images kind of set up for them to be cut out. Now, one thing I would recommend, I will cut this out, but one thing I would recommend is that maybe you ask for a little more white space. Some of these things are awfully close, and sometimes the Cricut just won't cut as close as you would like it. But for today's demonstration and purposes, we'll just move forward with this. So once you're ready and everything looks good, you're going to go up here and do make. Once that comes up, you'll see that there's going to be some different prompts that you're going to set, and this is where you'll also be able to print. So the first thing you're going to do is everything looks good. Going to hit continue, and over here you can see it says print and cut. It's going to be loaded on a mat. You definitely want to do that, and it gives you a size. So we're going to move forward. So this is where we're going to send it to the printer. Once you do send to the printer, it's going to come up with it'll show you your sensor marks. You'll hit next. So you're going to come to next, and this talks about bleed. So I'm not going to do bleed, but it says it extends the ink slightly beyond the border of the image to eliminate a white margin. So you can or you don't have to, and then of course you're going to print. I've already printed this page, so I'm going to go ahead and do I've already printed. The next piece is your base material. So do you have vinyl? Do you have paper stickers, right? So mine are actually vinyl transparent stickers. So I'm going to use that. And then this is going to be your pressure. So you can do more, default, or less. I typically do less. It doesn't cut through the paper, and so I prefer that. At this point, you're going to go ahead and load your mat into your Cricut. Okay, everybody, so the first thing I'm going to do is take the sheet that printed, and I'm going to put it on my sticky Cricut pad here. If your pad is too sticky, they say to put it up against like some clothes, let it get some lint kind of a thing, because mine was super sticky. So I am going to fast forward through this, but you're going to put this in. It's going to load it. It's going to look for these little marks, and I'm going to go work the Cricut app, get that rolling, and then you'll see it at the end. Alright guys, this is done, so I'm going to go ahead and unload it. So now we're going to go ahead and lift this up. So I just have my little hook tool there. I also have my little scraper, which I need to get a bigger scraper, because sometimes, even though I've used this mat a lot, it does sometimes stick. And so I want to make sure that all of the stickers stay on the sheet. So we'll go ahead and lift this up, and I'm going to fast forward through this. But that came out really good, and these are each scored, so when you go in here you can pull them out, and hopefully you can see that. It's not, there we go. And then you could take it off when you're ready. So really nice. If you have a Cricut, I got this one. This is the Joy Xtra, and it was $139 on sale with a little bit of like a starter kit, which I thought was really good because usually they're much more expensive. So keep your eye on it for discounts. I got mine at Michael's. Amazon isn't always the cheapest. Thanks for spending the time with me, and don't forget to like and subscribe.